Awesome. Um, right. Good morning, everybody. We'll get started. Today is day 3, is it? Yeah, day 4 for some people. Still going strong. Awesome. We've got final report outs today from Pillar 3 and the quality product pillar. This morning, we start with a very important issue for many people in this room, cross-border. But before we begin, I know I'll have Paul Macon do a quick intro and give us a rundown of the day. But the person who you see on your screen, our product manager, it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Paul Macon.
Thank you very much. Yes. 30 again. Hi.
Happy birthday, Paul. Sorry you
you.
couldn't be with us, but we will eat a huge, delicious cake on your behalf and send you
That
photos.
makes me feel better. Thank you, Simeon.
Excellent. You're very welcome. Good to take it away, Paul.
Okay, right. Oh, thanks, everyone. Thanks, Simeon. Yeah, it's day 3. And today we're continuing our readouts of the work done over the last PI and gathering some thoughts about what we're going to do about them during the next PI. Today there are 2 primary focuses. One is the cross-border, what we've been doing there, and then we're going to move into this afternoon continuing this morning in interconnectivity, and then this afternoon we're going to talk about the quality product. The cross-border stuff I think is particularly interesting, where we've been doing a huge amount of work. We've gathered a range of experts from across the financial sector, working together, trying to come up with solutions to cross-border, putting together a strategy, essentially thinking about all of the regulatory issues and how we can bring what we call the NBFIs, the non-bank financial institutions, into act as equal partners. Essentially, we're diving into all this regulatory stuff, all this compliance stuff, so that you don't have to. And I think you should be really grateful to us for that. But no, it has been interesting. That our first session this morning is about the work that we've been doing there. And that's going to be led by Steve, and we've got Michael Richards, Julie Guetta, and Aranje Katakam. So it's a good panel. I would definitely recommend paying attention to that one. I might even be involved myself, we'll see. And then we're going to talk about some real world experience. WITSERworks again with 2 proof of concepts that they've been involved in. You've got to admire WITSERworks just do it attitude. It works in their environment and we can all learn from their experiences. They are proof of concept, and it's not so much a technical proof of concept from my perspective, because technical can always make it work. It's about the trust agreements and the testing the regulation. That's what the proof of concept is all about. And they've been doing a great job there. So looking forward to that. And then on interconnectivity, Pillar 3 is all about how do we connect to other systems. So we've got ISO 222, where Michael has been driving our efforts there. And this is all about not word of mouth, ISO 222 compliance, as we see so many other services doing, as in you do ISO 222, but you do it my way, which is no form of standard as far as I'm concerned. It's all about instead driving standards and how they apply to this particular sector, the instant payment systems. And that also applies to some work that we've been doing on Interledger that Michael is also going to talk about. And then we get into a bit of the plumbing, I think, where we're talking about settlement. We've been, the community has been doing some significant work about in developing the settlement model for Mojaloop, and that sounds as though it's deeply technical and boring, but actually it's all about supporting that interconnectivity, because each of these interconnections that we do into other systems will have their own approach to settlement. So we in Mojaloop have to be able to support multiple settlement models simultaneously, and that's a piece of work that's really begun to bear fruit and is actually included in some of the upcoming proof of concepts. And then, of course, we have a presentation about Rafiki, which is, I suppose, an extension to Interledger. That it makes Interledger usable by mere mortals by providing a front-end API for Interledger. And that's all we're doing on Pillar 3. I think you'll agree that's a huge amount that we've done. And you can see where a lot of the effort has gone over the last PI. Then we're going to move on to Moduloop Core. We've got some presentation on core developments themselves and how releases and maintenance, because Moduloop is under constant development, and we're also reliant on lots of other open source projects. So we have to have a continuous process of maintenance and making sure that we're keeping up with them as well. Then I'm going to talk a bit about G2P Connect, and that is, to me, quite an interesting one because it's actually back to Pillar 3. I'm going to talk about our work with integration with some of the other DPG projects out there, which is, to me, an extremely important element of our work. And we've done integrations with MeFOS, and we've been talking to MOSIP on how you use a MOSIP digital identity to route payments. And this is all in pursuit of the concept of, I don't want you to send money to my account, I want you to send money to me, and I'll decide which account that's associated with. So it's almost next generation financial services, and we're trying to develop that in collaboration with the G2P Connect project. So I'll be talking about that later on today. Then we're going to return to settlement and its integration with TigerBeetle. TigerBeetle has been a fixture at Convenience for the last few years. Now it's actually coming to realization. We're integrating it into Moduloop as it stands and in support of the new settlement model. So there'll be a presentation on that. And that leads us nicely into Pedro and his presentation on his work on vNext. vNext is a name that we've all come to dislike because it implies that it's the next Moduloop, and it isn't. It's just the natural evolution of Moduloop in the sequence of releases. But we've kept the vNext moniker for now, and Pedro is going to talk about his progress there over the last PI and what we see happening over the next couple of PIs and how we can all start to use it. And then to round off the day, we've got Sam, who's going to talk about the Moduloop APIs in support of quality product, how they're maintained, how they're developed further, and the importance of that in its interconnection into other projects, including the other DPGs. So I think you'll agree that's a very full day. It's a day that I think is fundamental, I think, to the way Moduloop has developed over the last PI. So I hope you all enjoy it.